Have you ever paused in the quiet of your living room and wondered, why does my grown daughter phone less? The ache of distance between loving parents and their adult children is more common than you think. Today, we will gently explore 7 hidden mistakes that can turn small misunderstandings into hardened resentment, and, more importantly, we will learn how to fix them with kindness and respect. Each lesson is crafted for wise parents over 50 who cherish connection, yet sometimes feel unsure about the modern rules of family life. So, settle into your favorite chair, maybe pour a comforting cup of tea, and journey with me. Together, we will move from confusion to clarity, from worry to warm understanding, and from silence to heartfelt conversation. Let's begin by opening our minds and hearts to the very first, and perhaps most frequent, stumbling block. These insights will guide your journey. Your adult child is no longer the teenager whose curfew you controlled. They are an independent adult shaping routines, relationships, and living spaces. When we pop by without calling, scroll through their social media looking for trouble, or ask probing questions about every purchase, the message sent is, "I don't trust your judgment." That feeling of mistrust can linger long after the visit ends. Remember, in today's culture, privacy equals respect. What felt natural 40 years ago, neighbors dropping in and families sharing everything, now feels invasive. Holding tightly to old habits may comfort you, but it suffocates them. The relationship can only breathe when both sides feel safe. Start by recognizing that boundaries are not walls against love. They are doors with respectful doorbells. Ring first, wait patiently, and you'll be welcomed inside with genuine smiles. Honoring limits today opens deeper conversations tomorrow for everyone involved. Margaret, a devoted grandmother from Ohio, illustrates this perfectly. One Saturday, she used her decades-old spare key to let herself into her daughter Kelsey's townhouse with homemade muffins, expecting squeals of gratitude. Instead, she walked in on Kelsey's college friends practicing yoga in the living room. Startled, Kelsey shouted, "Mom, you can't just appear." Margaret's good intentions melted into embarrassment. The next week, calls were shorter and invitations disappeared. Months later, during a family brunch, Kelsey explained that the unannounced entrance felt like teenage surveillance, not motherly love. Margaret realized that although the key once symbolized safety, it now represented control. She mailed the key back with a handwritten apology. In time, trust returned, proving that recognizing a boundary, even after crossing it, starts the healing. Their story reminds us boundaries can change, and adjustments maintain closeness. Healthy families learn, grow, pivot, and ultimately thrive when respect leads every interaction. So how do we pivot? Begin by returning keys, metaphorically and literally. Send a text before visiting, "I'd love to stop by Saturday afternoon." Does that work? Then wait. If their answer is no, smile and offer another day. During visits, knock, step back, and allow them to open the door. Resist rearranging countertops, straightening shelves, or offering unsolicited advice about decor. Affirm their independence with phrases like, "You've created a beautiful space," or "I trust your judgment." Those small acknowledgments drip like healing water on dry soil. Over time, the consistent respect rebuilds confidence on both sides. Remember, boundaries benefit everyone. They eliminate guesswork and foster genuine welcome. When you practice thoughtful arrival, you model courtesy for grandchildren and remind them that love and permission can coexist peacefully. In short, you trade surprise entrances for mutual invitations, a simple exchange that transforms tension into reliable, heartfelt hospitality for everyone. You possess decades of valuable experience, hard-won through late nights, tight budgets, and lessons life taught the hard way. Naturally, you want to protect your adult children from repeating those struggles. Yet repeated criticisms about their parenting style, dietary choices, career paths, hairstyles, dating partners, or even their gleaming new tattoo often have the opposite effect. Instead of guidance, they hear judgment. The human brain reacts to perceived disapproval by activating its defensive shields, cutting off deeper conversation. Suddenly, visits feel like performance reviews, and phone calls shrink to obligatory check-ins. Remember, advice offered before permission feels like a lecture. The modern world moves quickly. What seemed reckless in 1985 may be perfectly practical in 2025. Your love remains timeless, but delivery matters. When feedback overshadows empathy, resentment grows like weeds in an untended garden. Cultivating curiosity before critique clears the soil for mutual growth and joy. Ben, a meticulous retired engineer, illustrates the trap perfectly. His son Jason, brimming with creativity, left corporate life to launch a freelance design studio. Excited, Jason shared sketches over Sunday dinner. Ben's first words were, "No retirement plan? That's risky." Every week thereafter, Ben highlighted instability, inconsistent income, health insurance gaps, missing pension. Jason began to dread mealtime lectures. The once lively table chatter quieted to forks clinking and tense sighs. Eventually, Jason found excuses to skip family dinners, choosing peace over persistent judgment. 2 years later, his studio thrived, landing national clients. Ben watched from a distance, pride hidden behind regret. One afternoon, he mailed Jason a framed print of the studio's best-selling logo with a note. "I underestimated your vision. I'm proud." Jason called instantly, voice trembling with relief. Their reconciliation started not with advice, but with overdue admiration, proving encouragement heals wounds criticism creates. Their hearts breathed easy again. To avoid Ben's misstep, trade criticism for curiosity. Before offering input, ask open questions. What excites you most about this path? Listen fully, resisting the urge to draft counterpoints in your mind. When your child does invite advice, frame it as partnership. "May I share one budgeting idea that helped me?" Acknowledge their strengths first, then share briefly, ending with, "Use what serves you, discard the rest." This statement grants autonomy. Commit to praising progress out loud. A finished project, a balanced schedule, a courageous leap. Every genuine compliment becomes a stepping stone toward deeper trust. If concern still lingers, schedule a dedicated coffee chat rather than dropping critiques in family gatherings. Focus on helping, not fixing. Remember, affirmation fuels motivation, and motivated adults research their own safeguards. By replacing unsolicited criticism with supportive curiosity, you transform from a reluctant supervisor into a trusted mentor. Everyone wins with respectful guidance. Many loving parents offer money to ease life's big transitions. College tuition, a new roof, seed capital for a dream bakery. Generosity, however, morphs into control the moment expectations are implied afterward. Phrases like "after all I've done for you," or "I thought my investment meant a say in decisions" feel like invisible handcuffs. Adult children begin to wonder whether future choices will be audited. The gift promotes resentment rather than gratitude. In American culture, financial independence equals adulthood. When well-intended support undermines autonomy, relationships strain. It is not the money, but the unspoken contract that hurts. Therefore, clarity is kindness. Decide beforehand. Is this a loan, a gift, or a partnership? Speak it, write it, and stick to it. When money flows transparently, love remains the only currency exchanged around the dinner table. Healthy agreements protect memories, dignity, and long-term family harmony. Rosa and Miguel illustrate this pitfall. Overjoyed to see their daughter Alicia buy her first home, they wired 20% of the down payment as a surprise gift. The mortgage closed, and everyone toasted with sparkling cider. Weeks later, Rosa began stopping by to check the investment, noting weeds in the flower bed and suggesting tasteful shutters. Miguel, during disagreements, reminded Alicia, "Remember who made the house possible." Alicia's gratitude curdled into resentment. She felt like a tenant under inspection instead of a homeowner. Finally, exhausted, she limited visits and dodged calls. The joyful housewarming memory faded. On Alicia's birthday, Rosa mailed a handwritten letter admitting they had crossed lines, enclosing the spare key with a ribbon. She wrote, "Your home, your rules." The apology unlocked more than the door. It reopened their relationship. Clear boundaries restored warmth faster than any renovation could. Their bond blossomed like freshly planted spring lilies. Prevent money from morphing into leverage by drafting clear, compassionate agreements. If funds are a gift, state it outright and add, "No repayment or favors expected." If funds are loan, spell out the dollar amount, interest if any, and repayment schedule on paper. Both parties sign. Then tuck the document away and return to enjoying each other's company. Promise yourself never to reference the money during disagreements. Instead, practice gratitude that you could help. If advice feels necessary later, request permission first. Would you like my thoughts on landscaping and budget ideas? Accept any answer graciously. When you honor autonomy, adult children feel trusted and tend to seek your wisdom voluntarily. Transparency, choice, and genuine respect guard the relationship better than any legal clause. Remember, the goal is not control, but connection. Keep finances clean so love can stay beautifully messy in all the best ways for decades of joy. Every child, regardless of age, longs to feel uniquely cherished. Unfortunately, casual comments like, "Your sister already has a house," or "Your brother's promotion shows real drive," undercut that desire. Comparisons, even intended as motivation, whisper that love is conditional upon achievement. In the competitive culture of the United States, external benchmarks already loom large. Family should be refuge, not scoreboard. When parents highlight disparities, adult children may withdraw to protect self-worth, creating chilly gatherings where quiet smiles mask bruised spirits. Resentment can even seep between siblings, turning shared childhood memories into contested trophies. The antidote is celebrating individuality. Just as gardens flourish with roses, tulips, and daisies, families brighten when each member blooms in a personal hue. Valuing difference affirms worth and nourishes confidence, paving the way for deeper, judgment-free conversation at every holiday table. Such acceptance sparks laughter, stories, and genuine togetherness. Consider the Wilsons. During each Thanksgiving toast, Dad lifted his glass to eldest son Mark, a respected surgeon, declaring, "Here's to the doctor's amazing dedication." Moments later, he would glance at daughter Lily, an elementary art teacher, and remark, "Creative jobs are fun, but they don't exactly pay the bills." Lily chuckled politely while her cheeks flushed. Over years, the applause for Mark's career grew louder, and Lily's attendance grew sparse. She cited lesson planning conflicts, but truthfully she avoided feeling like a bronze medalist at her own family table. One autumn, Dad opened an envelope containing Lily's class project, a mural the children painted thanking her for inspiring courage. Tears filled his eyes. He realized success wears many uniforms. The next Thanksgiving, he toasted both children, praising Mark's healing hands and Lily's nurturing heart. For the first time in years, Lily stayed for pie and lingered for joyful conversation afterward. Emulate Dad's change by practicing celebration without comparison. Start phone calls with, "Tell me something that made you proud this week." Listen actively, then affirm, "That sounds wonderful. Your dedication shines." If tempted to reference another sibling's milestone, pause and instead share a personal story of perseverance from your own past. This shifts focus from rivalry to resilience. During family gatherings, highlight collective victories. Each of you brings unique gifts that make our family stronger. Display photos of diverse accomplishments on the same wall, whether a medical award, a student's thank you note, or a freshly baked pie. Remember, value is not a pie sliced into uneven portions. Love expands infinitely. By praising individuality, you cultivate unity and protect against jealousy. Extra benefit. Grandchildren learn early that worth comes from purpose, not trophies. Harmony blossoms when everyone is free to shine without fear of being measured against a sibling's ruler ever. Many parents over 50 spent decades managing households, guiding bedtimes, and setting rules. Habits formed for children's safety can accidentally linger long after those children secure their own mortgages. Commanding curfews during holiday visits, dictating clothing choices, or banning certain friends can signal, "You're still under my roof," even when you're not. Respect erodes and resentment takes root. Modern adulthood values collaboration over command. Authority that once protected now restricts. Relationships thrive on mutual respect, not hierarchical obedience. Choosing invitation instead of instruction honors your child's autonomy while still acknowledging your wisdom. It transforms festivities from rigid drills into relaxed gatherings. Think of leadership like dancing. When both partners feel the rhythm, they glide smoothly. Insist on leading each step, and toes get crushed. Embracing shared decisions breathes fresh energy into every family event. Co-creating plans builds anticipation and memories that sparkle for years. Charles, a retired naval officer, prepared Christmas like a military operation. Precise timetable, assigned seating, mandatory carol lineup, and lights out at 10:30 sharp. His daughter-in-law, Sarah, raised in a free-spirited household, felt more like a cadet than a guest. On the third year of regimented holidays, she gently suggested a relaxed potluck. Charles replied, "My house, my rules." The following December, Sarah and her husband chose to visit friends instead. Charles was stunned by the empty chairs. Later, a neighbor shared how warm and welcoming Sarah's gathering had been. That evening, Charles stared at leftover roast and realized his rules had cost him companionship. He called Sarah, apologized, and asked her to co-host next year. With shared planning, the atmosphere shifted from inspection to celebration. Laughter replaced whistles, and Charles discovered leadership feels lighter when everyone carries the tradition together. The family's Christmas spirit finally returned brighter than holiday lights. To follow Charles's turnaround, reframe rules as options. Instead of "everyone arrives by 5, say, "Dinner starts at 5. Come earlier if you'd like cider." Ask, "Which traditions matter most to you this year?" Then weave suggestions into a shared schedule. Offer leadership by coordinating logistics, shopping, seating extras, setting backup plans, while granting loved ones freedom to express personal style. Write an agenda, but label segments flexible. During gatherings, resist correcting minor deviations. Focus on connection over perfection. When family members contribute ideas, thank them publicly. Such acknowledgement transforms obligation into ownership. Even children feel proud when their decorating choices are applauded. Collaborative planning models respect across generations. It demonstrates that authority matures from issuing orders to facilitating experiences. Remember, strong leaders listen first, speak last, and celebrate everyone's part in the dance. Release rigid control and watch family choreography blossom into joyful, spontaneous harmony. Together you create memories worth retelling. Many seniors grew up believing authority must never show weakness. Yet genuine strength lies in owning mistakes quickly. Unaddressed hurt calcifies into resentment, eroding relationship foundations brick by brick. When harsh words fly across a dinner table, or a dismissive eye roll belittles a heartfelt idea, silence afterward does not erase the sting. Adult children may smile politely, yet nurse invisible bruises. An unspoken apology leaves wounds open. A spoken one stitches them shut. Emotional research confirms restorative words lower stress hormones and rebuild trust faster than time alone. Apologies do not surrender dignity. They elevate character. By demonstrating accountability, parents teach grandchildren resilience and humility. Remember, perfection is impossible. Repair is attainable. The faster we say, "I'm sorry," the sooner laughter returns to family gatherings, filling once tense rooms with welcome warmth. Every heartfelt apology becomes a stepping stone toward renewed closeness and shared joy. Helen, a spirited grandmother, once told her son during a political debate, "You have no idea what you're talking about." He left in anger, and weeks of silence followed. Friends urged Helen to call, but pride anchored her. She justified the remark, labeling him sensitive. Late one night, loneliness overpowered ego. Helen dialed and said, "I was wrong and I'm sorry." Her son's relieved sigh filled the line. They met for coffee, where he confessed feeling dismissed for years. Helen listened, fighting the urge to defend. Instead, she repeated, "I understand," and thanked him for honesty. That simple apology unlocked years of tension. They now schedule monthly breakfasts, discussing everything from gardening to grandkids. Helen's friends noticed her lighter smile, proof that admitting fault lifts burdens from both shoulders. Her story reminds us apologies cost pennies, but deposit fortunes in relational banks. Trust grows tall when egos bow low together. Adopt the 3-step apology formula. Name the action, name the impact, ask forgiveness. I interrupted your story, making you feel unheard. I regret that. Will you forgive me? Avoid qualifiers like if or but. That dilutes sincerity. Deliver apologies promptly. Unresolved hurt festers like splinters. Consider writing apologies when face-to-face feels daunting. The effort itself signals seriousness. Maintain open body language. Relax shoulders, steady eye contact, and gentle tone. After apologizing, listen to any response without rebuttal. Accept lingering pain as valid and commit to behavior change. Celebrate reconciliation quietly. Share a walk, cook a favorite recipe, send a playful text. Model this habit for grandchildren, who will learn that mistakes are reparable. Remember, apologies do not erase history. They author a better future. Practiced regularly, this simple ritual keeps relationship pathways swept clear of debris, inviting love to travel freely. Retirement can leave a calendar suddenly blank, tempting parents to lean heavily on adult children for entertainment, purpose, or daily tasks they could still manage. While closeness is beautiful, over-reliance creates hidden pressure. Adult children juggle careers, parenting, and personal growth. When every free hour becomes a parental errand, resentment simmers beneath polite smiles. Remember, the airplane safety rule applies to relationships. Secure your own oxygen mask first. Caring for health, hobbies, and friendships not only prolongs independence, but showcases vibrant aging. It tells your family, "I love life, and I'm excited to share it with you, not borrow it from you." Prioritizing self-care is not selfish. It is stewardship of the precious gift of time, energy, and emotional balance. When parents thrive individually, gatherings shift from obligation to celebration, and every hello feels lighter, brighter, and wonderfully mutual for all involved. George moved 2 blocks from his daughter Erin after retiring, imagining spontaneous lunches and shared errands. Without hobbies, he phoned Erin 5 times a day, asking for grocery runs or tech help he could learn online. Erin, balancing work and school pickups, felt stretched. Anxiety crept into her ringtone. One evening, she gently suggested a community Tai Chi class. George attended reluctantly, but soon found friends, fresh air, and renewed confidence. Calls dropped to cheerful updates. Finished 20 forms today. Erin felt relief and pride simultaneously. On Father's Day, she gifted George a beginner's watercolor set. He painted park scenes, mailing postcards to grandchildren. Their relationship shifted from dependency to shared enthusiasm. By filling his own life with movement and color, George gave Erin the freedom to love him without feeling overwhelmed. Their laughter now rings out freely during weekly Sunday brunches. Energy flows smoothly when interests bloom beyond family. Guard against overdependence by scheduling self-care like important meetings. Block time for morning walks, library book clubs, volunteer shifts, or online language lessons. Commit these appointments to a calendar and honor them. Tell your children about new passions, not to brag, but to share excitement. Invite them to join if they wish, yet ensure activities continue even when they decline. Explore pastimes paused during busy career years. gardening, dancing, or building model trains. Regular medical checkups, balanced meals, and adequate rest keep energy steady. Celebrate small milestones, mastering a yoga pose, finishing a novel, learning a song on guitar. When adult children witness your joy, they relax, knowing your well-being does not rest solely on their shoulders. Strengthening your life enriches theirs. Independence invites interdependence, where help flows freely in both directions, unclouded by obligation. This vibrant cycle teaches future generations that love expands when each person stands on healthy ground. We have journeyed through 7 pivotal mistakes: boundaries, criticism, financial strings, comparisons, outdated authority, unspoken apologies, and self-neglect, and discovered simple remedies for each. Perhaps one area whispered your name more loudly than others. Choose that lesson as today's starting point. Write it on a sticky note, set a phone reminder, or tell a trusted friend your intention. Then act within 48 hours. Return a key, give a compliment, pen an apology, plan a solo adventure. Small, consistent steps accumulate into sweeping transformation. Picture resentment melting like snow under spring sunshine, revealing green opportunities for laughter and shared stories. Healing begins the moment awareness meets action. Remember, loving relationships are living gardens. They flourish when watered regularly with respect, humility, and joy. Your efforts will inspire children, grandchildren, and even neighbors watching from afar. Let this day mark the gentle turning point toward brighter conversations, warmer hugs, and unbreakable family harmony forever. If these insights resonated, please take a moment to click like so more parents can find this message. Share the video with a friend who might need comfort today, and tap subscribe plus the bell icon to receive future guidance delivered straight to your home screen. Your single action supports a growing community of caring parents committed to building healthier, happier bonds with their adult children. I read every comment and would love to hear which of the 7 solutions you plan to try first. Your experiences may encourage another listener who feels alone in the struggle. Together, we create a circle of wisdom where lessons are exchanged freely and progress is celebrated warmly. Thank you for spending valuable time with me. Your presence here proves love continues learning, regardless of age or distance. Stay tuned, stay compassionate, and keep nurturing connections that make every generation shine brightly for years. Before you go, I invite you to perform a quick self-check. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and visualize one upcoming interaction with your adult child. See yourself applying the new principle, perhaps waiting for permission before advising or opening a conversation with genuine curiosity. Notice how their shoulders relax and smiles soften. Hold that image as motivation. Later tonight, jot the vision in a journal, then sketch 2 concrete actions to support it. Revisit the page weekly, celebrating progress and adjusting goals. This reflection practice transforms ideas into habits. Remember, growth often hides inside ordinary moments repeated faithfully. Keep choosing empathy, keep choosing patience, and keep choosing open dialogue. The path may wind, yet every step guided by love leads closer to lasting peace within your precious family circle. Trust the process, treasure each small victory, and remain confident that perseverance turns fresh seeds of change into magnificent relational harvests someday.